Good evening, everyone. I am Mark, your fat friend, and welcome back to Podmas, our nightly Advent journey where we open a new bottle, tell its story, take a moment to breathe. As always, I'm your host, and we've reached day 10. We're almost halfway there. Let's very quickly recap where we've been so far. The Artiste Ripasso, deep, rich, and warming. El Campeon Sangria, bright and playful. Champs de Foin Cabernet, rustic French winter red. Sheep Station Sauvignon Blanc, crisp New Zealand freshness. Concentric Circles, bold Australian Shiraz Cab blend. A seaworthy tail Gruner, lively Hungarian white. Queen's Gambit Zinfandel, a cozy California spice. The Conductor Chardonnay, balanced French elegance. Yesterday, something very different. A Ryoko Sake, a serene Nagata-style sake from Japan. And tonight, for the third time, we're heading back to France. But this time, we're heading to the Rhine Valley with Vin 23. A red blend. So, tonight's bottle, as mentioned, is from France, which we have been to two previous times. But for those of you that don't know, France is located in the southwest area of Europe, neighboring Spain, Italy, kind of in that corridor, south of the UK. So, also seen here, highlighted in red. So, hopefully that helps. This wine is all about layers. Ripe red fruit, spice, earth, herbs, and just a touch of oak. It's the kind of red that feels both generous and grounded, very much in line with what the Southern Rhone does best. Let's talk about Côtes du Rhône red blends. This is the Rhone Valley, and this is, of course, within France. To understand Vin 23, it helps to zoom out for a second and talk about Côtes du Rhône as a style. Most Côtes du Rhône reds are blends built around Grenache, bringing ripe red fruit like cherry and raspberry, plus a smooth, approachable texture. Syrah, adding darker fruit, pepper, and depth, and a Mourvèdre, contributing structure, earthiness, and age-worthiness. Clearly, I'm not like a wine snob, so I apologize to those who might be. Many blends also include small amounts of grapes like Cinsault or Carignan, which can add brightness or rustic character. When it all comes together, you get wines that often show aromas of red and blackberries, hints of herbs and spice, vibrant acidity, fine tannins, and a lingering food-friendly finish. That's the template Vin 23 is working with. Rhone Valley Terrier in a very classic red blend form. And of course, these images that we're looking at right now are from the Rhone Valley. I'd love to go visit. Just seeing these quaint little towns like this, just they look amazing. I don't. And oh yeah, there is a hotel in the foreground of that image. And just beautiful riverfront towns. I feel like we don't have enough of those here in Nevada. So, yeah. Let's talk about tasting notes while I get this bad boy open, shall we? So, on the nose, Vin 23 bursts with ripe fruit. Think cherries and raspberries right up front. There's also a gentle floral lift, almost like dried flowers or crushed petals. Ooh, this one was much better today. Sorry. Dried flowers or crushed petals hovering above the fruit. Where did my wing key go? Here we go. On the palate, the wine is lively and well structured. You still get those reds, but now they're supported by a spicy backbone of black pepper, a warm, earthy undertones like tilled soil or a forest floor, and a sense of energy from the acidity. It's not heavy, but it's not heavy, but it's not flimsy either. It has a nice frame. And the finish The finish, the flavors linger with a balance of freshness and depth. As the fruit starts to fade, you'll notice subtle herbal notes. Think thyme, rosemary, or a Gruyere style brush. Uh, Add a gentle touch of oak. Not big, not dominant, just enough to add a bit of structure and polish. It's one of those reds that make you think, yep, that's Rhone. Rhone. I'm not French. Rhone. Rhone Valley. So, on the nose, burst with ripe fruit, like cherries and raspberries. Yes, picking up those raspberries and the cherries. There's a gentle floral lift. I'm not dried flowers, crushed petals. I'm not really getting that so much. But oh, I'm picking up some of that earthy undertone that we're supposed to get on the palate, though. Let's see. Ooh, spicy backbone of black pepper. Absolutely. Those warm, earthy undertones like tilled soil or forest floor. That is there. On the finish, it says it's got a balance of freshness and depth. I would agree. Um, Subtle herbal notes, definitely picking up some thyme and rosemary. It says a gentle touch of oak. Um, if it's there, it's very, very faint. Very good. Let's talk food pairings because it's one of my favorite things. Uh, this is where the Vin 23 really shines. It's built to be versatile and food friendly. Here are some pairing ideas based directly on what this wine does well. Grilled meats. The rich fruit and peppery spice loves smoke and char. Grilled steak, lamb chops, pork tenderloin. Hearty stews, the earthy undertones slot perfectly into beef stew with root vegetables, lamb stew braised low and slow. How about some roast poultry? You don't need heavy red meat for this wine to sing. Herb breasted chicken, duck with a bit of crispy skin and a fruit glaze. Cheese board. This is a fantastic wine for a cheese plate. Try some aged cheddar, Gouda, blue cheese. The fruit and spice contrast the salt and funk in all the right ways. For those of you that are not so meat friendly, how about some mushroom dishes? Mushroom risotto, stuffed mushrooms, roasted mushrooms with herbs. Also, Mediterranean flavors. You're in Rhine territory, so Mediterranean food is a natural fit. Ratatouille, grilled vegetables with olive oil and herbs, olive tapenade, and crusty bread. If you think in terms of herbs, earth, and savory richness, you're going to be right in this wine's wheelhouse. It's wearing me down. My first sip, I was like, I don't know if I like this so much, but the now in the fourth this sip, it's actually starting to get enjoyable. Well, let's reflect, shall we? Vin 23 is all about balance. Ripe fruit, grounding earth, a little spice, a little herb, a little oak. Nothing screaming. Everything working together. Advent can feel like the opposite of that sometimes. Too much of one thing, too busy, too loud, too rushed, too full. So, tonight's reflection is this. What would it look like to bring your life into better balance? The way this blend does with its flavors. Maybe it's balancing work and rest, giving and receiving, noise and silence, plans and spontaneity. Just like a rowing blend needs all of its parts to harmonize, we do too. Well, that wraps up Podmas Day 10. With Vin 23, a classic Côtes de Rhode red that brings fruit, spice, earth, and herbs into one really satisfying glass. Tomorrow for day 11, we'll open a new bottle, a new region, and a new moment to pause in the middle of this season. Until then, stay grounded, stay balanced, and happy Podmas.